Hello everyone, this is Marshall Gittler, Head of Investment Research here at FXPRIMUS, bringing you the Week in Focus for the week beginning June 27th. There's a pretty full schedule of events this week, but will any of it matter? I expect that the aftershocks from the Brexit vote will dominate the market, rather than the almost random fluctuations of economic indicators. Who can worry about the UK manufacturing PMI when it's not certain what the surface area of Great Britain is going to be in 2 years? Markets have gone decisively into risk-off mode, and I'd expect that feeling to dominate for now. The immediate focus will be on when the UK will formally notify the EU that it's withdrawing. The British side wants to wait until a new Prime Minister is elected, maybe in October, but the EU wants to start negotiations immediately. The problem is, nobody on the Leave side in Britain seems to have a plan for what to do. The only people in Britain with a plan at this point are the Scots, who are busy preparing to leave Britain and leave the United Kingdom and join the European Union as an independent country. What a mess. In any case, the political discussions around this issue will be much more important to the markets than a percentage point here or there on some indicator. Investors will also be watching for central bank activity. The Swiss National Bank was said to have intervened on Friday. Or will the Bank of Japan come in as the currency hovers around 102? And what, if anything, will the Bank of England do? The plunge in sterling might mean higher inflation. That should cause them to raise interest rates sooner than they would otherwise. But at the same time, the uncertainty is likely to hit economic activity, which would mean they might actually have to cut rates further. Against that background, the usual indicators fade into unimportance, particularly for the UK. I won't even bother mentioning the UK indicators, as I doubt if they'll be market affecting this week. Globally, the rest of the purchasing managers' indices come out this week, including the ISM index from the US. Perhaps the most widely anticipated one will be the Chinese purchasing managers' indices on Friday. They are expected to show little change. In the U.S., the markets will be watching the final revision to U.S. First quarter GDP, U.S. personal income and expenditure, and the ISM index. For the EU, the main focus will be on German CPI on Wednesday, followed by EU-wide CPI on Thursday. They're expected to show a modest acceleration in inflation, but nowhere near what would be necessary to have an impact on monetary policy. In Japan, the highlight of the week will be Friday morning Japan time, when much of the end-month data comes out, including the key CPI figures. At the same time, the Bank of Japan will release its quarterly short-term survey of economic conditions, the Tankan. This is the biggest economic indicator coming out of Japan and is sure to be market affecting. As for the central banks, the ECB will be running a 3-day forum in Portugal Monday through Wednesday. The big event will be a panel discussion on Wednesday with ECB President Draghi, Fed Chair Yellen, and Bank of England Governor Carney. Finally, Australia has a federal election on Saturday. For an update on the U.S. indicators coming out today, please watch my North American opening market comment later on today. This is Marshall Gittler, Head of Investment Research at FXPRIMUS. Get more market insights on our education pages and turn your trading ideas into action with FXPRIMUS, the safest place to trade.